Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We're going to be jumping in pretty quick here. Probably in about 4 minutes, so it won't be the whole countdown. Get ready. I'm coming at you live. Bam. Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is the time. Let's go, baby! Woo! Sorry, but today has just been an awesome day. I got to hear that song again. It's one of my favorite tracks. Always puts me in a good mood. Always has me going. You see, the bed was made. All right? The bed was made by the beautiful people here at the Paramount Hotel. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let me get a little comfy here. See if I can get a little extendamino there. I like what we're doing here with the mic. Let's go. Shout out to my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I hope that music is nice for you. We'll bring it up a little more for you there. I think that's a good level. If it's too loud, please let me know. I'll be catering to the chat to see what you people say. If you see something that you don't like, let me know. I'm here to make your experience unbelievable and amazing and hang out. Sell and man out and go away. I mean, if you do whatever you want. I just look at the charts. I don't know why people think they could just sell and man and go away. Hey, do what you want to do. Sell and man, go away. Feel the pain in July if we pump. I'm just going to take it one step at a time. If I have to short in May when we lose the 200 May, I will. If I have to long because we're above the 200 May and we make a bull flag, I don't really care what happens in May as long as I just play my, I have a model that I like to play. I'm going to find it no matter what happens in the market. The market go up and down. My model plays out. Sometimes smaller, sometimes bigger, but the model plays. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's break down Bitcoin like we do every single day. Blessings on blessings for everyone out here. And let me just make sure we're on that right spot of the sauce here. There we go. All right. And we got BOOKMAP up and running for you, too. We got a big bog of liquidity up at 96,000. Still say that they want to take us there. But when you do kind of, look in here, you see we got liquidity all the way down to 90,000 there. We got a big old bar there, too, at 92,100. So there's a chance we could end up at those lower levels. But the main area of liquidity are still these shorts that are holding strong at 96,000, 95,600. They're the most likely to get liquidated in this scenario based on what I'm seeing. But I can't tell you that's going to happen for sure. And this isn't 100%. But, this indicator tells me that they are the most likely to be getting liquidated. Will they be getting liquidated? We don't know for sure. All right. Sell in July and go to Dubai. I like that. Shout out to Jennifer in the house. Shout out to Pop Loaded. Pop Loaded. I don't know what that means. Sell in October or December. Exactly. Senate Lifer. God bless you, brother. Jesus loves all of you people. Thank you. No dramas, mate. We love you, man. So nice. That's a good name, too. Who needs that drama? Shout out to Steve Carr. Shout out to Dennis Smith in the house. D. Smith. Diaz. My man. Shout out to all my beautiful people. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin and see what's happening on this beautiful day. Shout out to Luke Denson, Juan Ruiz, my man. Joda Gomez. Oh, what a name. That's cool. Bellico X, my man. Christian Meha, man. I love you, brother. Sam, I'm homesick still with Bell's palsy, and I got to watch the lifer. I'm so sorry you have Bell's palsy, man. I hope everything works out there. A lot of people got that from taking that other stuff, but I hope it was just, I don't know what happened there. All right, so Bitcoin in the literally I took a cab from Dubai. The cab took about 40 minutes. We were, 5 minutes late to the hotel. And lo and behold, we started to dump as I was in the cab. Holding this level was great. We're going to get a bounce. But we started to dump, and we lost the trend line yet again. They've done this over and over again for Bitcoin. They kind of just, it's been a very annoying time to trade, personally. Tuesday and Wednesday is my favorite day to trade. I'm on this beautiful vacation. And this is the first Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't make money Tuesday night. I like Tuesday night. I usually make gains. We didn't end up closing those gains. So the week's trade's still down too that I made earlier. So not a great day, man. Slow price action right now. Down 163 on that trade right now. Not huge, but still not how I want it to go. It's sitting. So we're gonna break this down for you, but I don't like what I'm seeing. Now every time they've done this, they got me a little weary, and then they've wicked it back to the upside. This time it looks a little strange. Head and shoulder there. Shoulder, head, shoulder here, and just this sideways price action, dump it, no, dump it, no, and then play games with price action. So we're going to look at the bigger time frame. We're going to zero it in. I did not get a chance to do a Bitcoin update in the morning, but I gave you one at 8 p.m., which is 4 in the morning my time, everybody. So I was updating you guys 4 a.m. Unbelievable. It just nonstop. I can't believe it's 10 a.m. where you guys are because it's basically 6 o'clock. I do the show now from 6 to 8 p.m. at night, which is the strangest thing ever. I can't wait to get back to my regular stream time for me personally. But hey, it is what it is. So Bitcoin, we look at the weekly. Looking very good, but it came into resistance. The weekly clearly has resistance right here at these bars. Right there. Where these two bars bounced, we're having trouble getting back above 94,750 for Bitcoin, 94K. It's been a key level for Bitcoin. We get back above it. You can see we bounce up higher. And now we're kind of riding that 21-day moving average. So we should continue to push up. We have 4 days and 10 hours till the weekly candle closes. But you never know. Take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day looking pretty nice with the 21-day moving average coming up. And the 3-day to me has 2 wicks. If we zoom in there, 2 wicks to the downside. That's tweezer bottoms. Usually tells you you're going to take a bit of a tumble. We could make a cup and handle here, and this would make sense to me. We just slightly trend down for a little bit. What we don't want to lose is this level here. You do not want to lose 87,005. You lose 87.5, it's likely going lower. So just be careful here. We could start getting a slow pullback here on that 3-day chart. It definitely looks like it's in the cards here for Bitcoin. Move down to the daily chart and see what's happening. Come to Australia and you'll be doing it at midnight. That's horrible. Monthly candle close tonight. The monthly candle close tonight. Oh my gosh. And I don't think I'll be able to do that. That'll be at like 4 a.m. my time. You know what? I've been watching this is this beautiful daily. The daily now has flagged out as we talked about. The 21 coming up to the 200. And we want to see this just kind of maintain as such. Getting a nice bounce back to 93,680 for Bitcoin. Looks like they may have just kind of squeezed people on high leverage. 22-hour, 12-hour beginning to reform with the stochastics RSI below the dotted line. I like what I'm seeing there. The 8-hour time frame. Actually, let's go back to that. The 22 and the 12 have my model. You're in a flag above the 200, while the 21 is coming at a price action. Like, it's exactly what I live for, exactly what I go for. I dream of this stuff. You know, this is the beautiful move. So it could be making kind of a broadening wedge there that could break to the upside. I still see shoulder head, kind of right shoulder, but we just wicked off the 21-day moving average. Look, we bounced off the 21 on the 12-hour time frame. Pretty crazy how we did that. Low stochastics below the dotted line of the RSI. Very, very, in that overbought region. Could it start to come down? It very well may. Usually it comes down a little lower, somewhere to the $49, $45 region, number region, right? Because that's not a dollar, but that's just a variant. Let's take a look here at the 4-hour time frame and see what's happening on the 4 hours. So, it was all good. Last night, we had a bullish engulfing candle there, followed by a separate one. Things started to move, but then, bang, they dumped it. But then they slowly pumped it back up, dumped it, slowly pumped it back up, dumped it. Seems to be the game right now. I don't get what's happening. On a Tuesday and a Wednesday, usually don't play with price like this. Usually we get like our follow-through from the Monday false move, and everything kind of keeps going. But that has not been the case. So 2 scenarios here right now on the 4-hour time frame. One is that you're in a shoulder, a head, and a possible right shoulder. That has a measured move. If you just kind of show what you got to see here, that has a strict measured move. Right there, kind of a bit of slanted neckline ahead, and you flip that. Yeah, it tells you could get somewhere to about that high volume node at 90,008. What was it, 863? 90,000. Because you come down at this node, you drop down. Yeah, 90,594, 95,006. Can you check T-Mind, the trading software? I've never heard of it, man. They got to pull this lower. Earnings in 6 hours, by the way. Shorts may win the short term, but I would be trying to get in and get out. I feel the shorts are going to get wrecked. That's what you feel, though. You never know. Shout out to Luke Denson. Tariffs, big money is scared. Small money is waiting. All season, not until Bitcoin dominance falls and QE starts. Exactly. Non-farm payroll week seems to be a treacherous week. It's been sideways price action for the entire week. Horrible. Tuesday, Wednesday. And look, what happened today, though? Today is a Wednesday, 8:30. There was really no... You had red folder days, but not for the U.S. market. You see what I'm saying? I don't see non-farm, man. We have non-farm on Friday. Let's see here. Unemployment claims coming tomorrow. All right. This time is off because of where I'm at. It doesn't even read the time difference right, but that'll be at 8:30 in the morning. Non-farm unemployment change will come Friday at 4:30. That's the non-farm unemployment rate. I guess you could say it affects the whole market, but I usually see it when it affects the day. But 4:30, we have non-farm unemployment and unemployment rate coming on Friday, May 2nd. So, may the good old days of HODL is over. Yeah. NASDAQ is pushing back. And so advanced GDP quarter over quarter down 0.3%. And it was forecast to be up. So that means our GDP ain't as good as we thought. Month over month, it's down 0.2. Employment cost index 9. All right. And advanced GDP price quarter over quarter 3.7%. Core PCE price index 0 as well. So we had core PCE today. A lot of news actually coming in. Some heavy red folders. Sam, it's 4 a.m. in the States. No, it's not. You're out of your mind. It's not 4 a.m. in the States. It's 10 a.m. in the States. Yeah. How could it be 4 a.m. in the state? Oh, it's 4 a.m. in... I don't think so. Maybe that one is... So they already started to bounce price action all the way back to the upside here for Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised if these were stop hunts just like yesterday. They end up holding this trend line and we end up pushing up further to the upside. They got people to panic sell right now. These guys are trying to fill orders before a big move, and they're trying to fill orders. They're going to push it down. Fill, get people scared. Push it down, fill, get people scared. Get people scared. I see it as a shoulder, head, shoulder, but I still got the longs open on weeks. It is what it is. And shout out to Trading with Weeks, man. The whole Weeks team is amazing, number one. VP Andy, me and him, we had so much in common. I sat with him last night. We talked for 2 hours straight, man. We talked about hip-hop. We talked about film. We talked about business. We talked about life. We talked about family. We talked about everything, man. I'm telling you, man, you couldn't find a better vice president of an exchange. And I put my name on that, man. And I see big things coming for Weeks. After this week, and I'm not just saying this to promote it. I know, blah, blah, blah. I say this from my heart because I speak from the heart. I see big things coming for this exchange because I can see the leadership. And when you have proper leadership, you can go anywhere in life, man. Anywhere in life. So I'm excited to see where things could go. This is crypto, and, it was fun to really be a part of a lot of people. I met MM Crypto, my man. Saw him at the event, at the Weeks event. Super nice. He's been hanging out with Weeks, doing its thing. And it's just been a blast, man. It really, really has been a blast. So I hung out with Paul. I was on a live stream earlier with Paul. If you check out Paul's channel, The Crypto Factor, I was live already today. You can see me in action. Go watch that later on today. It's an amazing live stream. We actually dropped some good alpha there, too, that you won't find anywhere else, right? We did. We talked about the stop loss, right? We talked about everything, man. So I'm still long for Bitcoin, and I see a move for Bitcoin back to the upside here. 4 hours about to rip. I think that was the entry on the wick. I could be wrong, but it looks like an entry on the wick. They scared you with the head and shoulder. They went tight. Chop, 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 chop. Oversold on the RSI. You have a low. You have a higher low on the RSI. This thing looks like it could move to the upside. Guess who else I saw? I saw Brian Rose, my man. 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube. One of the big bosses of the world. He had one of the biggest live streams ever with David Icke. I was hanging out with him. Hanging out with Mo Vlogs. He vlogs with like the most famous people in the world. Guy's one of the nicest, coolest people ever, too. Was super respectful. The most successful, richest, people are really the most nicest, kindest, because they got everything, man. And they just want to help others, right? Yeah, the trip has been absolutely amazing, Rayson Records, man. It's been amazing. BitTinex, we're going to hang out. They have some big party tonight. They've been wanting us to go, and so we're going to go there tonight. Mix and mingle, have a blast. Jamie's been amazing. He looks fresh in the suit, man. Me and him took over the entire thing today, man. It was awesome. Yeah. Stocks are lessening loss. Stocks are lessening loss. Yeah. So cool, yeah. Hope your daughter is well. Wish the best. Thank you for saying that. My daughter is well. The 4-year-old's 100% now. Now the baby. She's just getting back. She had a little bit of a cold, but everyone is up to normal. No big issues. We're all good. Thank you for asking. Very nice. Yeah, I've always been treated great by people with money. Amen. Except Bill Gates. Yeah, maybe. Shout out to Marcus. So happy for you, Sam. You're doing it, brother. Big things coming for you, brother. God bless Jamal Antonio. Big things coming for you, too, man. You're one of my brothers from another. I love you, brother. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. Shout out to Honda Man. Yeah, rich people are relaxed. Assets are doing the work for them. Amen, right? Hey, I work hard, though, even though I got assets doing the work for me. Are we going to get new peak today after the bounce? I'm looking for a big bounce here back to the upside for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame as they wreck those shorts. 10 a.m. wreckage. They get us back above the 200 on the 1-hour time frame. We can get a massive move here back to the upside. Let's take a look at my model just played out on the 1 minute. We're going to scroll on back here to the 15. 15 getting the bounce too, but still below that 200 but we're back inside the pattern. We got oversold stochastics. I can see us getting a nice move further to the upside here for Bitcoin. Shout out to Crypto, one of the nicest people in the space, man. I hands down, talking to him was a breath of fresh air, man. And these people, man, they have done big, I can't even begin to fathom, If my life gets anywhere near his life, I'll be just ecstatic, man. That guy is just, but I'm on my way, man. I'm on my way. I'm in a similar industry. I'm doing my thing in my own way. And I'm mixing and mingling with the biggest people in the space, man. And I'm coming, man. I'm coming for that top spot, baby. I'm taking over this whole game. Let's go. And it's each and every one of you that are making it happen, though. Let's be honest, man. The lifer takeover is real. The energy is real. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. So this is what I see happening for Bitcoin. I'm sticking to it. They're playing games. They could bearishly retest and dump it. It does have dumpage potential. You don't want to see another candle close below the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame. If we had closed another candle below here, I would have had to say that the 2 hour 200 MA would be our next area to hit, which was 89,589 for Bitcoin. So that trade bounced back, right? It might not even be down that much now on weeks. Yeah, I'm back in the green now. So that's why you don't panic sell. You got to just stick to your plan. Keep your stop loss intact and go from there. All right. No doubt lifer is numero uno. Oh, my God. Sammy Cup and Handy, the man on the hour. Amen. Eat my short, somebody says. I hope so. I hope so. Shout out to Salim. OMG, you still talking about Pumbina? What is that, man? Sam, you need to ask Crypto how he made that billion. I don't think he made $1 billion, man. He maybe made, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I don't really care what another man made. It's not really important to me. You know what I mean? Wow, Bitcoin getting the raw bounce from 93.13 all the way back up $1,000 if you panic sold. Because last night, I panic sold the trade last night, got back inside, and I said, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again this time. They're not getting me this time. And look, they even right shoulder it, took an M pattern. They telegraphed this move. There was an M there telling you're going to drop to the downside. So if we can close this candle above the 200 MA, I remain bullish. If we can stay back inside this pattern, I also remain bullish. Almost looks like we could still bearishly retest the bottom of this trend line. It's not looking perfect just now. 15-minute time frame looking good. 5-minute. Did we just get the model on the 1 minute? I bet we did or we're about to. So there's my model there. We had the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. It kind of is a cup and elongated handle. You have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. And then if you cross the 1 minute 200 MA, you're going to get a bounce further up to about 95,406. That's the key level that we are looking at for Bitcoin, right? So you want to see this thing continue to move. Then if you can flag out. But to me, it looks like it's going to just and then go sideways again back inside the pattern. I'm looking for more sideways price action ranging between 93.8 and about 95.5. Just kind of, and the bigger it gets, the bigger the ranges get. Like when it was smaller, 20,000, you had $200 ranges, $400 ranges. It's bigger now. You have $2,000 ranges, $1,000 ranges. The ranges are expanding. All right. Sam, I almost closed my lawn, but you opened the stream, so I was patient. Shout out to Ahmad Khalid. Hey, man, you stayed in strong. Hey, don't let me be your rising light. You are the rising light. You did it, man. You think it was me, but it was you. I just inspired you to hold, baby. I didn't get the notice, Sam. Come on, YouTube. Tony Rosas. I love you, man. I learned a lot from you. May God bless you. I'm here every day, though, at 10 a.m., dude. Anyone that says they didn't get the notification is just unacceptable because I never take a day off, and I'm here at the same time every day. I might be a couple minutes late. Sometimes we got to tweak something. Sometimes an outlet goes out. Sometimes a fuse blows. We got to reset the fuse. You never know. All right. Crypto was a cab driver looking for a way out. He took a big gamble on Bitcoin, man. Hey, me and him both, brother. I got 50x worth, 5 Bitcoin. I'm up 9K from 92.5. Boom. I like that. Market makers having a field day with these red folders. 20 MA was a 16 last. BTC top bear market went to 16K. Thoughts? No idea, man. It doesn't matter to me. I was $100 in the loss, but I didn't close. Now I'm break even again. Fake pump, trap the longs, then dump. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't say stuff like that, PMG. GMG, you always trying to call it like that. Why do you do that? Why don't you just let it go? What happened to PMG though? I thought Crypto 5.1 billion worth. A legend. Really? I didn't know he was worth $5 billion. I thought he was worth like 50 mil. Oh, how do you guys know he's worth $5 billion? Where did that come from? Maybe he is then. I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. I never heard him say that. So I was chilling with a billionaire today. I didn't even know. Where's the tie from? It's from Etsy or Amazon. You see the Bitcoin tie? With the little Bitcoins, matches the blue suit. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Shout out to the 1,700 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing the most precious asset with me. And that is your time. Sammy the man, Wu-Tang forever. Yes, that's it, man. I'm just prepping for the worst case. Earnings could be bullish, though. I know nothing but the fact of, hey. Sam, you're awesome, bro. Where do you guys verify he's worth $5 billion? Anyway, I don't really care, but I thought he was worth 50 to 100 mil or something like that. $5 billion was... now I'm even blown away. Like, well, if he's worth $5 billion, he's even nicer than I thought because the man is so cool. Yeah. No one's worth hundreds of billions. Let's get real now. Eric Crown don't know, man. Yeah, no shoes, no shirt, just chilling, man. He's a chill guy. Wow, I didn't know he hit $5 billion, man. Wow, what's the difference? Does it make how much money someone has anyway? I just can't believe he made $1 billion. Wow. Yeah, I think it's 100 mil, man. Yeah, 100 mil or something like that. I'm telling you, if he was a billionaire, he would have like all this real estate. He would have had security. Nah, man. I could be wrong. I hope he is. Who cares? I don't make the show about him, man. God bless you all. Let's move on to Bitcoin and talk about what's happening to BTC. Sitting here talking about another man's wealth like some brokies. Let's move on. Okay, so Bitcoin just got rejected by the 200 MA on that 1 minute time frame. We're going to have to get back above that to remain bullish. If we can't get back above that 200 MA, we will continue to collapse. You got to get a move back above this yellow line here, and we got to start hanging out. Otherwise, this could be a bearish retest that could start to drop further to the downside, and then Bitcoin could further collapse today here. So let's take a look at our bearish and our bullish scenarios. Our bearish scenario, you lose the 200 MA here on the 1 hour time frame, and then you kind of start trekking your way down here. And, you know, this might meet us somewhere in the middle or somewhere right there at that node, about 90,750. But this suggests that 90,750 will be the target. 200 MA comes all the way to that key area, and we get a bounce there possibly. But, you know, again, I'm not saying this happening for sure, but we're battling with 94,000. There's heavy volatility on this Wednesday morning, too. We didn't get any love like we get on a regular Tuesday and Wednesday. Price action has been struggling. We didn't get that morning pump. I didn't get the overnight pump Tuesday night. I didn't get the overnight pump Monday night. Man, for weeks I was getting my Monday and Tuesday pumps every single night. I was getting spoiled. Going to sleep, waking up with gains, kind of like 90% of the time. Then when I wake up, I expect the gain. That's the thing, when you hit so much, you expect the gain when you wake up, then you don't see it. You're like, why didn't you give me my gains? You give me my gains. I want those gains, you know. Follow us on X.com. Follow us at CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to my lovers of life. We need to see this kind of cup and handle break to the upside here for Bitcoin. It's got some cup and handle vibes here that could do serious damage. Maybe rip all the way to $95,394. That's something that I'm looking at that could happen. Get above that 200 MA and get the huge push here further to 95,400 for Bitcoin. Not a lot of love, though. Even if we hit that, I would expect this to come right back down to 94,167, stay range bound around $94,000. So I don't see huge moves until we eventually start to get this breakout correlation, but the 4 hour says it can. Get back inside this pattern. Maybe make this into a... This would be cool if we make some type of shoulder, head, right shoulder, sideways. We're out of here, you know? Again, we get back in the pattern, we go more sideways, we went up in here, then the odds that we're going to break out are higher and higher. I'm going to stock price action every day, every 5 hours, constantly, every couple of hours, here or there, until I finally see something that gives me that probability. I either have to bail because I see it's going to hurt, or I'm going to stay in because I'm going to win. And that's how I'm going to trade this price action. And I know it's frustrating. It hasn't been absolutely easy, but it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. So let's take a look here at that 1 minute time frame and stay on it. That's going to really teach us what's happening. Otherwise, there could be, one of these here. possible bear flagging that could break further to the downside. Then you got your measured move. You can see how the shapes give you basis of the shapes. The base of the shapes give the move. The cup and handle is that dotted line to that wick right there to that wick. And if you get that move, boom. So you'd go down to about 92,250 if Bitcoin starts to fall over here. So I don't know, man. I'm not getting a great vibes right now for Bitcoin. Right, the 1 minute really has to get back above this 200 MA sooner than later. I feel like it's starting to breach price action right now as we speak. But so that's where we stand. I don't long right now. I'm already in a long, but if we get back above the 200 MA, you know we're probably better off for possibly consolidation in a long. We lose this, we start to drop, then you know that the bears are in control. And it just is what it is. You just have to deal with this fact, my friends. Okay? The bears could be in control here. So let's see. We got to get a bounce. This has to bounce. You got to bounce and cross this 200 MA in the next, I'd say, hour at the most. 2 hours at the very. Something like this has to occur to keep the bears off our back. All right? So I'm still long, but you never know. And I'm just going to either get stopped out or make it happen here on Weeks, baby. Only on Weeks, baby. Only on Weeks. Shout out to the whole Weeks crew, man. I really got inspired to want to really push Weeks, talk with Weeks. Learn how we can expand Weeks. Everyone, if you have anything that you want changed, anything you don't like, anything you think could get tweaked slightly, let us know. We relay it right to Weeks and we let them know. All right? With the constant streamer right here. Ultimate Stream Streak Award, baby. Man, that means the world to me. All right. But, nice bounce there for Bitcoin as suggested. Could you trade that? You could if you wanted to with a stop loss below. It's not my model, so I don't take it, though. I'll wait for us to get back above the 200 MA right there. So I got my Weeks trade open, but I may scalp. I may scalp, too, as well on Weeks, which you can do. Weeks will let me scalp on different time frames. So I can have two trades open, one on the 1 minute. I can have one on the 1 minute. I can have one on the, the 5 minute time frame. I can be trading the daily. Like, this is a bigger trade on the 4 hour, but then I can also zoom in on the 1 minute and scalp the 1 minute. And look, there's your cup and handle. And, you can see, like, Sammy, you come to the channel and I calmly tell you how this could play out, and then you see it play out, and you're like, wow, how did he know this? He must have watched a lot of price action in his life. How the heck can he figure this out? And there's your cup and handle. That could do numbers, kid. Numbers over here. Numbers. Give me the numbers. What are the exact numbers? So, yeah, I love what I'm seeing here. We get above the 200 MA. Nice big bounce. So this is going to be our resistance for the day. 94,427. Even 92.3 there. And that 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. Resistance. Breakthrough. We have some moves coming for us here. And I think only down $30 now. Boom. We turned that $185 to $200 loss right back to a 30 beans, man. And again, we could make a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and start to drop. The 1 minute can change drastically. That's why you wait for confirmation on the 1 minute. And you're using it to you're using the 1 minute to figure out what the rest of the price action is going to do on bigger time frames. Understand? The 1 minute is really just your clock. It's your basis point. It's your barometer for what's happening to price action in real time. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate that. 448 likes, $15 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. We will get to your super chats. Thank you so much for the super chat, that fan funding. Let's take a look at that fan funding there, because there's only one. Might as well shout you out and say thank you so much for the 1581. Can you check out T-Mind? It's trading software. Okay, bless you, Sam. Glad your daughter was okay. Could you check AKT? You gave it to us yesterday. Let's take a look. If Bitcoin flounders, nothing will really do that well, but let's take a look at AKT, Akash Network, and T-Mind. Okay, so someone asked about T-Mind. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, it didn't even come up. I don't know. I'll go to CoinGecko, I guess, and bring it over. I never heard of the coin, so I'm attempting to find out what it's called. T-Mind. Okay. I see it on deck screener here. They don't like to load it too well on Gecko International there. So this man asked about T-Mine. He wants to know what's happening with T-Mine. Let's take a look at T-Mine. Trade Mine AI. Tiny market cap. I'm all set. Yeah, I'm all set, man. Oh, no, this is it here. It's on SWE with 150. Yeah, but market cap can't be $150 billion. No. I'm all set, man. Don't do this to us again. Please. Come on, man. Have some respect for yourself. Don't put out complete garbage coins on my channel, please. That goes for everybody out here. I'm not the average guy. I'm not here to show you garbage. I'm here to help you learn education. Let's get real. I love you, man. Thank you. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't mean to make you pissed, but I'm all set. You know. Okay. Man, they just crushed it, man. They just no love. No love for Bitcoin. And they're making it very difficult. Like if I was a student, I would tell my students not to trade at all. Wait for the retest or something. Like it's just too sketchy, too sideways. When I see this type of price action, I know stay away. It's not beneficial. We're supposed to be getting moves. We're supposed to get liquidity. We're supposed to get fall through and volume. When we don't get that, something is brewing. Someone's doing something. You know, this manipulation. I don't know what it is, but something is not right with the chart. Believe me, I study this all the time so I can see what plays out most of the time. When what most of the time doesn't play out, something's wrong. Something goes on. There's a reason for it. So look, shoulder, head, right shoulder there. That has a measured move to the downside. That says you're going to dump even more. And then, notorious for the bearish retest of the bottom trend line for the 1 minute time frame, and then boom. So I got to say, I wouldn't be surprised if we go down to 93.3, and then if we lose that, you're going down to 92,289. Not saying it's going to happen for sure. Like, maybe we get the bounce. Wow. And there's your cup and handle, too. Gives you all the way to about 95,360 if we can break out. Struggling and doubling right now. Let's take a look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency and see if there's any clues, tips, and tricks that the altcoins are filling in the blanks here for Bitcoin. And the one thing you want to talk about, too, is like some BTC pairs. I'm going to look at Sol BTC, Aave BTC. Dubai looks beautiful. Tesla seems to have rebounded. Oh, yeah, it did. And we talked about buying the bottom. It was pretty simple. It was a solid company that just got some bad press. And people were shorting it because they thought it was funny or something. I don't know, man. But that's value. When I know a company has value, other people can't see the value, and they're selling shares of the value of that company, then I know that's the fear. Yeah, that's why we say buy the fear. You know what I mean? Good morning, Sam. I have a great day, brother. Hope you had a great trip. Much love. Shout out to my man, Rudy. Shout out to Master Friend. NFP Week. Yep. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. For me, it hasn't been bad because the price action has been pretty sideways. So I don't think I've missed a lot. But there has been some pumps and some dumps, as you can clearly see. Total market cap breached beautiful trend line. Came on out. And now it's flagging out with the 21 kind of closer to price action. But you can see it's like doing that like. You can say it's a flag, but it's got that rounded top. I wouldn't be surprised if it just dumps straight down. And you get this like head, a Bart Simpson head, and you dump all the way down right now. And just boom, But right now, Bitcoin, you want to see this daily bounce. I don't want to see the daily candle close this red. If it closes red like this, it could even close redder and, close inside the pattern, so be it. But what if it whips up green and it closes nicely with a wick? We have all day to watch this price action, so we'll find out. But I definitely want to look at the total market cap in that daily time frame. Watch that daily candle. It's going to give us some insight as to whether or not we get back inside this pattern on a wick or whether we maintain maybe further downside. So the daily on the total market cap is going to give you a bit of a nice move here and position you well for, what could be happening. Now, the daily away from the 21, there's a chance we trend just something like this, like up, down, up, down, up, down. And the 21 comes into price. That's when we got our next big move in the whole market. This would take us to $3.24 trillion. So that's the key level. And you can see clear resistance right there at the 200 MA and at 2.97. Total market cap. We got to take a look at total 3, the entire market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Wonder if you got your update today about, what I put out this morning. I don't know, you get the update at 4 in the morning that I put out for Bitcoin, my time, which was basically your candle close, but I got to be up at 4 a.m. to make the candle close. It's pretty insane. The one good thing is late at night when the market's ripping, I'll be more active. And I always like to open up trades Saturday night. Tuesday night. I don't like to trade Saturday night, but I like to trades Tuesday night and Thursday night. Occasionally, but usually Tuesday and Wednesday night. Shoulder, head, and right shoulder here on total 3. I mean, clearly starting to get a big move coming, in my humble opinion, for these altcoins. Looks like they're kind of visit their last chance. You never want to see them go below 784. If that happens, something's brewing. We're in some type of bad actor scenario, and it's getting worse. But right now, get a bounce, get tight, get a bounce, boom. We go from there, from $930 billion, $923 billion, right? So it looks good. I like this. It could be making that right shoulder and continuing further to the upside. Bitcoin's got a hold, though. Bitcoin's got a hold. Look like we're going to bearish. And we fell down, now bearishly retested. Doesn't look amazing to me. So many altcoins, so little time to talk about them, right? I mean, we could spend the entire show times 10. There's a lot of shows end, and I want to teach you something more, but I'm like, it's over. It's over. Shout out to CoinMarketCap. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at crypto. Restream is sending that signal, but I just want to make sure. Okay. We're also going to be looking at crypto rank and show you some stuff too. Alpaca had a nice little pump today, 225%. Drift getting some love. Voxel getting some love. BSW, PundyX. So altcoins starting to do something. Gary Coin on 109 up 777s. That's pretty interesting. So in the last hour, Virtuals up 7%, Booming 67, Pudgy Penguins Pengu up 48%, Farcoin 112, Onyx Coin 01814, BitTensor $347. I really believe that's a great steal for BitTensor. We do whatever makes you happy. Anything below 350 at this point for Sui is awesome. And the old Trump coin up 32% of the week. ENA Render hot right now. I'm buying more Render when I can, showing signs of strength. Jupiter's all right. I hold Jupiter, but it's all right. And then if you want to make a play on like a Solana blockchain, like if you think the Solana blockchain is going to do well and push, then Bonk's going to do well. It's one of the biggest Solana blockchain coins in the game, right? Caspet 84 cents, holding too well, but not amazing, down 10% on the week. So it's like, people are still in a state of like, what to do? Are we going to go lower or higher? And I'm just, after this big push, I take it one step at a time, and it just confirms key levels have been broken. And so crypto delays, SEC delays crypto ETF approvals, influencing market dynamics. Interesting. So then they talk about Bitcoin surged to a local high of 94.5 April 29th as BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust recorded a historic 1 billion day in net flows. This marks the largest single day in inflows since the ETF's January launch and reflects unprecedented demand for the institutional supply. Now, every single day, I bet 450 Bitcoins get made. But there's people like this, people bought 2,000. Grant Cardone's going to buy 1,000. That's like basically 2 days of deployment. So many people buying Bitcoin is going to start to get this into a bit of a squeeze. Notably, Jeff of Standard Chartered reiterated also his $120,000 Bitcoin forecast by Q2 of 2025, citing expanding institutions' adoption and macroeconomic fragility as key drivers. I mean, we've been saying that for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, he says, we need to hold the daily close, otherwise we're going like to the 91.8. Yep, and that's kind of what we talked about too. But that's, I like to just see what currencies are maybe in the lead today on that 1 hour time frame. If there's anything kind of drastically pushing. Virtuals has been hot. I like Virtuals. Pudgy Penguins fart. Sweet, baby, sweet. So nothing to write home about. Almost like feels like a Sunday or a Saturday, the way the market's kind of just waiting in anticipation for something bigger to happen. Fala is that shoulder with a cup. That is a cup and handle. I wouldn't be surprised if Fala rips. But very barbaric chart. I'm just looking at it very quick and saying, hey, that's what I see. Now, is it time? I want to look at Voxel real quick. But is it time to jump in memes? Some people think it is. Some people it isn't. Is it time to jump? Is it time to jump back into memes, Or are you guys done? Is it no memes, no way? Not happening. Not happening. Look at that. That's a shoulder, head, right shoulder for VOXEL. And it looks like it's following like whatever Bitcoin's doing. Like Bitcoin pulls back, rest of the market's going to pull back. And people think their altcoins are somewhat like safer but it's just not the case. Bitcoin dumps, it's going to affect the rest of the market drastically. So we're back at 93.7, kind of where we were. So they dropped it to 93.1, dumped it to 93.7. 94.3, and then dropped it back down to 93.7 again. So insane. And now you just wait on these small time frames to eventually reverse. Like only a matter of time, they gotta start reversing. And I'm looking at this cup and handle, but it can only give us, the love for so long, man. Sent us all the way to $95,368 for Bitcoin, right? That would be nice, man. If we get this punch, it would change everything for the day. I'd be able to sleep tonight. I don't want to see a massive dump. Nobody does. Nobody does. Shout out to the super chats. Rudy007, how do you feel about ABT Arc Block? God bless. I heard someone talking about it actually today. It's funny. I almost either had deja vu or psychic. I feel like I overheard someone say something about ABT. Let's take a look at Arc Block. I don't really like the coin personally. Never been a huge fan. Let's take a look at it. I think I may have swung trade it once because I don't want to misspeak, but I don't know. This thing is like at the bottom of its barrel. Let's take a look at our daily. So it had a shoulder, head, right shoulder. It pumped with the rest of the market. And now it's kind of like dipping a little bit. Dolphin dipping, we call it. Possibly headed lower, something like this, or to this key level, right? Looks like you make it up, one more down, before they eventually let this thing fly, right? So I would watch it closely. But ABT looks like it could bounce off that low at 77 before it heads to 118. All right? That's just what I see happening. Don't hate the play, hate the game, baby. Okay, so thank you, Underground Crypto. We nailed that for you. God bless you, brother. Master Friend, Crypto Plumber, and everybody out there. I think we got all the super chats done. Let's take a look at AKT, Akash Network. Dubai looks beautiful. Yeah. So let's take a look at AKT, Akash Network. Man, Bitcoin's just been a little bit of a toot lately, This is also on weeks. We talked about this not too long ago. So let's see. Did the trade play out? Wow. I put this out to the trading group, like in a flag. This is insane, everybody. Look at this. Oh my God. 24% gains. And no stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. Like, the entrance was right here out of this flag to the upside. AKT, that thing bounced like you wouldn't believe, right? Unbelievable. And that's why people love my channel. That's why people love the trading group. The trading group, we're always giving you sauce, hot sauce. Hot sauce to teach you what's likely going to happen. So look, at 5:07 p.m., I gave this and said, it's flagging out on the 5-minute. Look for it to break out to 128. Akash, it went to 128 and some. This thing went all the way. This thing went to the moon. It went to 143. Eventually whipped all the way to 149. Got a little bit of a dip and then hype it, just got rocketed it again further to the upside. Again, if you're in my trading group, let me show you here. What I do is I type in AKT. Look at this guy, AKT going crazy, right? And then you jump to the post. There it is, man. I gave this in live in Dubai. Like, AKT has a bull flag of the 5-minute as well. And I also showed that it looked good on another time frame. You know what I mean? So I'm amazed by that. What a call. What a call on the channel. I mean, no stop loss got hit in the making of that trade. It just ripped from Jump Street. Unbelievable. What a move. Now it's in heavy wickage. You might want to ask yourself, Is there more sustainability here, or what's going on? That daily candle is going to close pretty strong. And I've seen them when they're all tight together. I've seen price action just pump up to the 200. It could happen. It's something that we could see happen. No guarantees, but it's definitely something that we could see happen. All right. We get above that 200 MA on this 12-hour time frame. This thing is going to fly, though. So that would be my next thing I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for a candle to rise up. I would like a flag if I could. The 21 come up, crosses the 200. We flag. And then once that happens, we're gone. We're gone. And then it's about the VRVP, which is basically the same levels of everything else. It's all similar. And that gives us an idea that we break through 192 and we get all the way to 279. Pretty crazy, right? And look, another thing that's awesome about this is when you saw the bottom here, you saw a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. That was a cup and a handle. That handle blasted to the upside. It's pretty crazy. So Akash was on my radar. I knew it. Another thing is I saw DeFi coming back. I knew Akash was hot last time DeFi was hot. So I started thinking to myself, what's a hot play that I could give the group that's going to make a play on this DeFi idea? Because I already saw, and I asked some other things idea. If Akash is pumping, I know 5 other coins that are pumping I could give you right now. This is the alpha that I give you. I'm not just a trader. I understand the market. I can see where altcoins piggyback off altcoins. I can see movement in different sectors. I can see the movement. I scan hundreds of coins. Just think about it. In the morning, I can see the 5-minute chart on a bunch of coins ready to rip. Ready to rip. You see what I'm saying? And that is beautiful because what I do is the markets tell me when they're going to move. And when you look at multiple coins, it's like a bunch of people telling you the same thing. Like you ask someone something, they say it. Another person says it. When you have that many people telling you the same thing over and over again, what it does is and so I go over coins and one coin gives a probability, another gives a probability, another gives a probability. Next thing you know, the probabilities look pretty big. And you have to take that into account. So I'll be going over coins some days and I'll see like 50 coins in a bull flag. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, is every single one of them going to dump? It's happened. I've seen Bitcoin steal the show, but the odds are 80 to 90% of those bull flags are going to be playing out. All right. On weeks, one upgrade would be able to adjust the size of the trading screen like on MEXC. Okay. Exactly. Sammy Dubai, baby. I make it $1K and $72 off his calls, risking $260. I made $1K and $72 off his calls. Really, wow, good for you. God bless you. Also the last ones to make a move. Yep. This guy says Akash is not deep in. It's not DeFi, it's deep in. I know it's not, but the last time Akash moved, it moved. I know 5 other coins that it moved with. I'd actually verify. I'll show you something about Akash Network. All right. I knew about Akash when you were in your diapers. I'm just joking around. But I did know about this coin a long, long time. We've been trading this coin for years in my trading group. On and off, like a couple years now. We've been trading with it. So read about what it does. All right. It's a super cloud spearheading a paradigm shift in cloud computing, disrupting conventional cloud services, pioneering a revolutionary access to essential cloud resources, leveraging the power of blockchain technology. Akash Network has developed an open source decentralized marketplace for cloud computing. So it's not DeFi, but it's decentralized marketplace, which eventually will lead to a larger version, probably of some, I bet there's going to be some type of staking or something, offering an unprecedented level of speed, efficiency, affordability. Innovation is set to transform the way users perceive and utilize cloud services, right? So now the thing about this is if we believe that this will continue to rise, people will have to buy the Akash Network to participate in the network, and that's what you're looking for. And that could create some, and what happens is people see that, they start to front run it. I got 5 other coins, and maybe I misspoke, but between DeFi and DPIN that happen to move with Akash. I'm going to give you 3 of them today during the stream. So if you stay tuned, around 11:15, we're going to start popping those coins off, showing you what I'm talking about, kind of breaking down what I see going on. Right now, we have to take a look at Bitcoin dominance and see how much market share for Bitcoin are we going to have in the next few weeks based on probability, right? So I talked about Bitcoin dominance continuing to rip. I went over it. I said to watch out. People said it's going to dump out the flag. I said, I don't think so. If you watch my macro technical analysis video, I drew this flag and suggested we were going to break out to the upside. Suggested that Bitcoin was actually going to get ready for a massive tear. The daily looks ready for a move. When this looks this good, Usually the asset pumps as well. Like Bitcoin dominance looks this good, I see Bitcoin pump. This is kind of front-running the idea that we're going to see a Bitcoin move, right? Now, this would go parabolic, and this would send Bitcoin dominance to 75%. It's already pretty high. That would really hurt your altcoins if you're like really long-term hodling. Could take a little bit of a move. I'd like it rather just to get like right up here, sideways turn around, and then take a dump. The thing about this is these shapes eventually make the biggest dumps, and we're getting higher and higher. Even bearish div on the RSI with price action, but we'll see. That it looks strong candle there. You want to see it, make sure it maintains and stays above the resistance. Okay, hey Sam, could you do Ohm Mantra DAO? Thank you. So is Filecoin and this Filecoin similar in a way? Yeah. I can't stop it from happening, and I know this. I don't know what he's saying, but God bless you, brother. KARRAT above the 4-hour 200 MA. KARRAT, yeah, let's take a look at KARRAT. And we're also going to take a look at, others, D, which is going to show us a little bit more of what's happening in the altcoins. Funny, Karate Combat. I haven't looked at this coin in a while. I just want to take a look at it. I think they have an event tomorrow night. Now, but I remember KARRAT. And they got KARRAT USD here right on Coinbase. So let's take a look. Whenever I see these moving averages get super tight, I've seen a huge move back up to the 200 MA. I've seen this many times. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get that move and we blast to the upside here. Definitely something that could be happening, and you get this blast. So that's one thing that I'm looking at. A big move here for KARRAT. But now we got to zoom into the smaller time frames. I mean, there's my model, right? Flashing beautifully. You're above the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. I really like seeing that. You're starting to flag out. The 21's above the 200. 21 wants to come back to price action. And that could go all the way to 10 cents, man, and do some massive things. So, boom, boom, boom. This looks hot to me. And that's my model. So you may be spot on here. And you sounded like a student of the game who gave us KARRAT. So I appreciate that. And, I picked that up for free. It wasn't even a super chat. I was nice enough to snatch that from the chat. But I love y'all. Whales are watching. Look, I'm in the whale crew, man. Token 2049. I got my whale pass. Shout out to everyone with their whale passes, man. Representing, baby. Let's go. We got trophies. We got whale passes, man. We taking over the globe. And Token 2049, man, they charge a pretty penny for that event, right? Sam, can you do ton? No one likes to talk about. I'll take a look at ton. Bitcoin headed for the 200 MA on the 1-minute time frame. We're going to keep you up to date with Bitcoin throughout the show here. Getting back to 94,000. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. 93,980. I see liquidations to 96,000. We're getting ready to get paid, baby. Hey, you got to lose some to win some. Sometimes a big trade's got to be down a little bit to make the big money, man. I've been learning that. It is what it is. It's not always perfect. You got to wade through the storm. You got to let it wiggle, said Master Friend. And he doesn't mean he's not trying to, you got to let it wiggle. And funny, this could bounce back up too. We're seeing that move for Bitcoin. And let's take a look at Tesla. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying, dude, should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Okay. Akash, man, doing damage. What a move there. And Bitcoin more sideways, too, throughout these last few days. And where are my peoples at, man? Where are my peoples at? 1,800 people. We got 2,500 people on the stream every single day. Let's go, baby. It's Wednesday, baby. Let's go. Let's go. And yeah, April only has 30 days, huh? Yeah. May 1st is tomorrow, the day my dad died, man. It'll be his 2nd year anniversary from the day my father passed. Man, tough times. Look, trading is simple. You find a shape, you trade a shape. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, break to the upside. Then they love these straighty gaps, man, in the stock market that we don't get in crypto because we're 24/7. So let's take a look at Tesla here on the NASDAQ and see what's happening. All right. I'm baby on training to be a whale. Hey, you're already a whale. You just got to be there. Buy in May and sell away. I love you, man. Hey, we don't know what's going to happen, but I gobbled up Bitcoin. And that fear and greed index, we're going to take a look at that too. We're going to show you where it's at. But that fear and greed index was at 10. It was at 10, my friends. And if I don't buy 10, then I don't know, man. It's the best opportunity in the globe. So fear and greed index sitting at 56 right now. Ain't too bad, but, you know, somewhat of that centered area. You know, I bought the 10. You got to buy 10, man. You got to. If you can't buy that, what else can you buy? I like to start with, like, the 3-day chart. And I talked about the fact that, you know, Bitcoin broke out, but we're just going to X the fact that this ever existed. And I've done this many times, so even though it sounds very unorthodox and a bit strange, it's something that I've done many times, so it is what it is, right? Now, this is what we call playing broken patterns. I want to see this in another light, too. We take this and flip it upside down. If we flip it upside down and we take a look at what's happening, give us a bit of an idea here of, you know, how this could play out the other way, too. You know, like that could be a bear flag that would have broken out. It broke back inside, then it would rip, though, right? Hey, we could still, you know, open-minded. Indicators ripped up, but didn't get as much as of a rip as I'd like. Like they ripped, but it could have been a little better. Mr. Price, could you check out the MicroStrategy chart? Looks like potential breakout. Shout out to Bit every day because I'm in a good mood today. I'm going to do a little extra from the chat, not just my super chat. So yes, I'll take a look at MicroStrategy for you as well, my friend. And what happened here? Hold on one second. I just got to get my template on. Oh, I got it on, right? Yeah. No, weird. I'm losing something. Hold on. Here we go. Bear with me. I'm jet lagged, right? Whoever came up with that term, I wonder when it was first used. We could Google it, croak it. When was jet lag first used? Who coined that phrase? Did they charge money for it? Yeah. Okay, so you see you have resistance at 300. I say this comes down to the bottom of the channel, gets a little tighter just a couple more times, but then it breaks out. So tat, boom. You get the bullish retest and you pump further to the upside. That would be the most sustainable idea. That's what I'm looking for. No guarantees at all, though. The daily's a little overbought already, kind of hanging out sideways. Yeah, I mean, I see this at least going sideways, coming back to the bottom of the pattern, getting tight, and then you'll figure out where it's going. But right now, you see just Tesla range bound in a very small range. I believe it's a great buy. I believe he's going to keep building cars. They're going to get better and better. People are going to love them. I see them everywhere. I see them in Sarasota. I see them in Massachusetts. I see them all the time, you know. So people are driving Teslas more than ever, man. I see a Tesla every second. At my daughter's school, there's Teslas everywhere, you know. TA on MORPHO, looking for price targets to buy. Let's take a look at TA on MORPHO. Let's take a look at MORPHO here and see what's happening to MORPHO. I mean, it got beat to the ground, number one. I still might hold some of this. I can't remember, though. Shoulder, head, and possible right shoulder there, too, for Bitcoin. You almost got that, like, cup and handle vibe. Let's slap on the moving averages there. Daily looks interesting. They are getting tight. You're above the 21. Let's take a look at our 22 and our 12. Stochastics are low. Tightness right there. Bit of a bull flag there on that 12-hour time frame, slapping that 21-day moving average. So yeah, you're going to have a little resistance there at that wick and then at the top of this. But if you can plow through, you can get to the high volume. No, it looks like the price action could continue all the way up to about, I don't know, 2.14 there for MORPHO. So I'll be honest. If I was watching MORPHO, it looks like that was your bottom buy there with the move out. That could be your first higher low in the set with oversold stochastics. I could be wrong, man. If I'm wrong, it is what it is, but I just feel like taking a nibble there is something I would be doing. Again, you can't do anything that someone says online, and I'm not a financial advisor, like I say, but I like this. And I like how it's coming to reset that previous support. It could be the first bottom in, you know, a long run, so. And that could break up all the way to, I don't know, 1.69, right? Plus, Tesla is not just a car company. So many more parts to it. Yeah, they're going to come out with a robot. They're going to come out, they have solar panel for the housing. They're going to have their own houses too, something, right? Right. And I talked about Housecoin. I saw that it had potential. I actually knew about it here at 3 cents, and this thing plowed all the way to 9 cents. It did a 3x. Housecoin did some serious numbers. Now, if I thought Housecoin was going to continue, I'd flag it out kind of like this, in a little more unorthodox manner, have it getting tighter like such, and watch to see if it can stay inside that zone. And if it stays inside that zone, I'm all in. I would like, if it was like boom, 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 and we crossed this line and we kept staying in, that would take Housecoin to $16.51. I don't own any of this coin. I don't know much about it. I just speculate on things that I look at and give you guys the charts. This thing was one of the hottest, more known coins in the game that had a bit of a pump. $94,000 for Bitcoin, $96,000. Here we come. I want 96K and I want it now. Shout out to all my Weeks traders on the game. Some of the best fees in the house. Some of the best. They have such a strong customer service community. They want to build. They know that there's tech that they can make even better. They're working on it all the time. They listen to Jamie. They listen to me. They love the feedback. We're using my trading group to really build one of the greatest exchanges in the world in the history of crypto. We're going to do it with your help, with my help, and we're going to make it happen. And it's crazy. You see an exchange, you get to put the name and a face to that exchange. Lifetime lessons, stories. I don't want to say too much, but like the guy, imagine if you met someone and they were one of seven boys, 7 brothers in his family, like just unbelievable. He was getting mentored by all his older brothers as he grew up. He learned so much, and his older brothers were businessmen. They knew things. I'm telling you right now, to me, that's huge. So I see this as a pen. It could go either way. I'd like to see it get the move to the upside. I'm going to take a live trade. It is Wednesday. I usually would take a long right now on a Wednesday. Anywhere between 10 and 12 o'clock. Longs play out. They tend to play out better than they don't here. And I'm going to show you how to trade on Weeks right now. I'm live on Weeks, right? So I'm speculating. It could go either way. It's what's called a symmetrical triangle. I know if we break up, we go to 95,001. I know if we break down, we go to probably 92,008 or something. 92.9, right? Yeah. Got lucky with that one. I just threw it out there out of nowhere over here. Hey, paisano. Yeah, 95, 120. 92, 930. Now, these symmetrical triangles, if you look at them closely, I'm not trading this. If I traded, I would put it here. I'm watching it. They mainly break to the downside, have to say. Every time I watch one of these chubby triangles, it dumps on my face. Every single, 90% of them have dumped in the last 6, 7, 8 months. So I'm just convinced that they're going to dump every time now because that's what they do, But you never know. It is. So now look, I have price action, I have patterns, I have time frame. I know that there's better odds on a Wednesday morning, but we don't, no guarantees. So we go from there. I would love for this thing to bounce. If it bounces, 2 more candles get tight inside the end, then there's a more chance. But if it starts to just continue to fall, you got to let it go. And you can't get in love with trades. Like, I can't get in love with this trade. It was a cool idea, but then it's gone. I got to wait for something better. Like, people are like, oh, now I got to... And they force a trade or make a trade happen when they don't need to or get emotional about something when they don't need to. Everything is great all the time. If you can't aspire to that idea, then you have a problem. And you got to figure out why. Yeah. I know it sounds crazy, right? Again, my mom and dad died. It wasn't great that day. So I guess everything's not great all the time. But I did make the best of it. You got to make things the best that you that you can of things. You got to. Really, really important. Okay? Getting a little bit of bounce there, and we're tight inside the zone. I can't tell you what's going to happen. We get up in here and get tight, then I'm going to open up a live one. Might even be the bounce right there off the bottom of the channel. So you put in the take profit as such, 95, 102. Make sure you don't type in 85,102 like I just did. Stop loss has to be where the red is right here in the middle at 93,646. They'll color it red for you to match the red right there, red, red. And then green would be the entry. And you can show what, I'm willing to lose $40 for 260. I'm willing to lose, and that's if it gets all the way up to where it's going. It's a 61, it's like a 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So, yeah. It's impossible for the present moment to be different than it is. Facts. How can you influence the future? Amen. Greatness is everywhere all the time. Attempting to explain it ruins it. And shout out to the beautiful, we have beautiful 1,800 beautiful souls here on the live. God, thank you for all the people you brought to my life here, even in this busy Dubai week. I think people thought I was going to take the day off or something. I don't know. Some people decided, Sam, we won't stream. Of course I'm going to stream. I'm never going to miss a stream. People, you know why? Other people take the time off, so they assume I'm going to. But we're here every single day grinding. There's no reason to miss the stream today just because I was like on vacation or something. So, can you use weeks to run Minotaur? I don't think so. Not right now. No. We will work on that. I would like to have the two people talk at one point and get into that. And that's what I do. I really bring companies together to find solutions. I've done it. I did it with I did it with Mexi and All Trading. I was able to connect them and fine tune the systems for both so they could both benefit from more liquidity. Yeah, good times. Good times. Is the music too loud, everybody, or is the music perfect? I feel like the music's a little too loud, but maybe it's not even loud enough. I was going to bring it down just a tad, but I don't know if that's enough. No days off. Dub incoming 91K always. Wow. Sammy's here all days of the week, baby. Super chat, ONDO, MLC, USDT. Let's take a look at ONDO and see what's happening. I'm going to jump back into watching that. I don't know if I'm going to actually make the trade. So ONDO, baby, ONDO. Now ONDO was on this giant bottom trend line. Got the bounce, went sideways, kind of the shoulder head shoulder thing. And then, since then has actually taken a bit of a fall back to what? The 21-day moving average. Now, ONDO just front run what Bitcoin could be doing. Although its flag was a lot bigger there and pulled down. The demand for Bitcoin seems to be bigger than ONDO at the present moment. I'll tell you how I know that. It's an intricate way of how it all got placed together, but ONDO, baby. Could this thing continue all the way to 113? Possibly bounce off the 200 MA here for ONDO. Starting to get a curve, and you got supportive resistance. Looks like you may come a little lower and bounce off 87. But funny to see ONDO struggling amidst it's supposed to be the hottest coin in the game. Hey, Sammy, please have a look at SWE. Yeah. If you have any frozens or restrictions, just email, hit up Jamie in the Discord, or email cryptolifers@gmail.com, and they'll hit up Jamie in the Discord. He'll figure it out for you. What time frame chart is the best to watch? The 21. I think it's every one of them. They're awesome. The 5-minute and the 15 can give you some they can give you a lot faster information. So when you're looking to figure out what's happening in the market, you really want to be using that 5-minute. And you can use that 5-minute, then it can start to really rock and roll. Then you get comfortable with smaller time frames too, But I really like the 5-minute because it produces the most information the fastest that can actually project where we're going later on in the day. Sammy, all of the crypto assets in the last 2 years you're in trading with, would you say have the highest ROI, excluding Bitcoin? I mean, Cas, we got in below a penny. It did go to 20x. We got into Pepe super early. It ripped. We got into Dog with Hat at 30 cents. It went to 350 or something. Did a 12x, 15x. Sammy, of all the crypto assets in the last, going back, I like Arkham a lot because it's going to be tracking what's happening on the blockchain, and everybody wants that. Everybody needs that. We want to see what's happening on the blockchain. Arkham kind of really breaks it down, and you can see big money coming in and coming out. Something happened with Millennia Coin. Arkham called it out today or yesterday. They were all over it. Thanks. I'll reach Jamie in the Discord. Are you going to trade MEXC? I mean, it doesn't matter. All of them are the same. Yeah. Why does it matter to you whether I trade MEXC or not? I still trade MEXC, yeah. Yeah. Weeks need a dust converter. Yeah, they do need a dust. Yep. No Brooks Brothers Today Lifer. No, it's my own custom-made suit. I got my suit jacket over there. Actually, I'm getting a little cold. Hold on one second. I just got to put on my jacket. Please give me a second here. The sun went down during the stream. I didn't get to watch the sunset. Never get to see a sunset because a live stream is 6 to 8 at night at the bar. No, I'm just joking. I'm fine. But this is the suit I wore today, walking around, having a blast at the stream, at the Token 24 D9 event. Arrow seems like it's going to come back strong. It's been recovering. I agree. And someone asked me what coin I like today on the Crypto Factor show. And I was live, and I said, I really like Aerodrome. And I like the fact that base is pumping it up, continue to rip it, and getting the movements further to the upside. So Aerodrome really showing signs of life, man, and I like what I'm seeing there. How is the new house settled in yet? Oh, we got into the new house and I mean, which one? It's funny. Bitcoin getting dumped on 93,661 for Bitcoin. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now playing out of that smaller time frame. You can see we needed to get back above that 200 MA to remain bullish. Now it looks like it's philandering, and that's not a good sign. You got to get back above that 200 MA. Got to have some shoulder, head, shoulder here. You see what's starting to possibly bloom? A possible inverted head and shoulder here. 2 right shoulders, 2 left shoulders. Break on out to the other side. Call this a cup and handle. And that thing can do damage. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside, right? Makes me want to just long right now. All right. Getting close. It's been a tough 2 days of trade. For Monday, Tuesday days, it's been odd. It hasn't been a normal Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday even. Can they make it in so you can resize the trading windows like the chart? Exactly. Yeah, we asked them that. We'll do everything, Jamal. Write everything down for me. Put it in an email. Anything you don't like about weeks, put it in an email. I'll send it to Jamie. Even write it down, send it to Jamie if you have his DM, if you've DM'd him before, if you've been in his good graces. So let me know. All right? Let me know. All right, so now I got to talk about the coins that I like here that kind of move whenever I see Akash Network move. All right, and these are kind of strange coins. But SafePal, when SafePal moves, when Akash Network moves, I saw SafePal move. Again, I'm not saying it's going to do it every time, but they're interestingly looking how it's in the same kind of affected mood here. And this is SafePal's a decentralized wallet, one of the best in my mind that you can actually, I think you could trade Binance on or you can connect it to a centralized exchange and actually trade your decentralized coins. It's got something really, really interesting that not a lot of those things have. SafePal, and that's why it's a little different of a wallet. It's in its own little league there, SafePal. I want to see that get tight and then continue to break to the upside. Now, again, it's not all about just buying whatever. It's about buying the right time and the right thing. I put out an alert here. When that alert hits, it's going to tell me what to buy, price action. I'm going to be able to figure it out and nail it. All right. Can they make it so that you can resize the trading window? Yes, they will. Send that in an email so I won't have to forget, and we will nail it for you. Okay. SFP on the 5-minute time frame. You like it on the 5 too, yeah? Thanks, Sam, for giving your knowledge to the people. 7 years in crypto here, but you changed my approach. Wow, you've been in crypto 7 years and I changed your approach. Hey, man, I'm an outside thinker. I don't think like everybody else. I like to pride myself on being very unique and coming from a unique world of thought, right? That's why our business is going to run well, because our business is going to run off new thought, different thought. We're not going to replicate. We're going to create. We're going to do things no one's ever done in the space. I'm telling you right now, we already are. So, all right. Now, SafePal likes to move. Another one that I've seen move with SafePal and the other guy is DYDX. Now, this is a decentralized exchange too as well, a decentralized futures exchange, actually. They got futures on it on MEXC. They got it on CoinX. They got it on MEXC as well. Now I see that's that same flag that I'm showing you here. And we're starting to get these cup and handles yet again. So let me show you what I'm saying. So it just looks like that whole infrastructure of decentralized coins deep into as well, which has some decentralized infrastructure aspects to it. And look at that gap of the VRVP. You can see that it clearly wants to moon. You got support and resistance that are holding you down. That makes sense. Psychological. You could go a little lower if you want to be like extra perfect there. But man, that thing looks nice to me. The DYDX. Now I don't know if I'd get on it immediately, get another green candle, but I like what I'm seeing. I'm gonna put an alert right there. When price action finds its way, I believe I can just crossing. So you do crossing, and whenever we cross that, so whenever we cross this white line, it's my alarm will go off. Very simple to do alarm systems. Everyone thinks you have to use alarms in a different way. It's not that hard. So that's DYDX. All right. Now another one that I've seen go up, all right, during all this is my baby. All right, is my baby. I'm just no, but I like. There's a bunch of different coins that could do damage over time, all right? And there's a few that really just get my goat. The one coin that I really, really think is unique and could do numbers, I think probably the best altcoin out there, all right? In my humble opinion. And this is, well, hold on. And this one is something I want to keep you kind of like, wait, what is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? You know. Now this coin has been around a long time. All right. It calls my name. I feel like it's ready for a 3x. It's only a matter of time before it makes a big move. And that coin is Render. The last time Render had a massive run, all right, it made a clear statement very fast. Render could do that very well again and in a very interesting manner, all right? I see Render bouncing out of this flag here on the daily and doing numbers soon. And when it's going to bounce, I can see it raising up to the 200 MA all the way to $567. So Bitcoin back in action here. And honestly, this cup and handle could end up playing out over time. That looks like it could do numbers. That go to 95,163. So now you're starting to look, right? Okay, if I made the trade here and I took it to 95,168. Sorry, I said 163, 168. And I put a stop loss below, let's say, even just the wick there, 93,580. Wow, there's the spike there. It cracks the 200 MA. This thing could get busy. Now, I've front run this before, and then if we get rejected and I lose the money, it's going to be obvious why, because we got to get confirmation. So yeah, and they didn't always do that. Yeah, ask make the chart stay because they can't save the browser and have to redo the work. 100%. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, because it didn't always do that. About a month ago, it didn't do that. Now it does it, and that's very annoying. This is why I think it's better for us not to run around to a bunch of exchanges, but to really hold on to one and just tell them what's going to work. They want to be a successful exchange. They're not trying to rug pull, do anything stupid. They want to be a successful exchange. So in their mind, to be a successful exchange, they need the feedback from each and every one of you to make it the best possible, right? So that's the key. And I just want a good exchange for all of us. So to me, if we can get them feedback and work it so basically you guys would make it so I would have all the things I've ever wanted out of an exchange. You know what I mean? And that's fine-tuned to all my personal needs by utilizing my entire community to help us get that feedback. So it's I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and together we end up with a beautiful product. And so it's only a matter of time I feel that it will be one of the top exchanges in the game, and you'll love everything about it because we're gonna make it so. We're gonna make sure that it runs that well for you, and you're gonna love it. So, I do receive a commission from Wex. Yeah, from Wex. I really appreciate it. They're super nice. They've been really nice and kind here in Dubai. You know, a really good team. Hanging out with them at their headquarters, playing poker last night. I was playing poker last night with a bunch of people, a bunch of influencers you might know of. You know, Miles was there. Who else was there? Lord of Entry was there. A couple of banter people were there. Crypto popped in at one point. Carl the Moon was supposed to bounce in. I don't know. He might be busy with family at the moment or something, but he's around. My Lovely Planet, someone asked about. It is touching the 21. It's getting somewhat oversold, but it looks a little beat up. I don't like the coin per se. I think there's something better out there to trade, but, you know, maybe it bounces and makes a move. 433 would be the target, but it might drop one more time. You know, Bitcoin can't handle the sauce and it drops. This could go down to 277. Bitcoin back above 94,000, baby. They can't keep a good man down. I just want to see us break back above that 200 MA. Let's go. Let's go. So you can see there's the flag, you know, the bullish divergence, that hump to that hump. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's a little flag pump. Flag pump. Flag didn't get the pump. Now we're getting rejected by the 200. We got to get out of this. Get above this 200 and end the charades here. Sideways price action has been tight on us. Can't wait till next week and we're done with this non-farm nonsense. Absolute absurdity. Absolute absurdity. Render just looks beautiful to me on this daily time frame. It's only a matter of time before we get a bigger move here for Render, in my humble opinion. I'm going to set an alert on that. I do not want to forget it. I have a big bag of Render. 2 big bags of Render, actually. On 2 exchanges, I got a bunch of Render. Reliable J says, week's been working great for me, and I started in the demo. I love hearing that. Hyperliquid is better than every other exchange. It is, but there's a barrier to entry. You got to find your thing. You got to put your... It's not as easy as a lot of other things, right? My front yard is a river right now. Wow. Shout out to Don Weldon. Yeah. Shortstop coming. Take a look at Blue Zell. Get ready for a bull run. 10x. I remember that coin back in the day. They said they had something to do with Samsung. I don't want to misspeak, but they said something like that. I mean, it would pump up to the 2. A lot of coins, what I'm going to see is a pump up to the 200 MA. So I win the trade. Do I pay for the whole trip, or do I go down in smoke and flames? Only in Dubai. Sammy takes Dubai. And you'll find out at the end of the stream. No, but, man, we'll find out what happens in the long run. Please follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate it. You're going to see a bunch of the cool stuff. There's me and Mo Vlogs. Chilling with the famous Mo Vlogs, man. Right? My hair was a mess. His hair was a mess. We didn't care. It's fine. But he's a great guy, man. Cool dude. And, you know, made good eye contact, hand to the camera. My hair gets like, I got to get a better haircut, man. But it is what it is. You can't care about how you look every time. It just shelved me, too, right there. So crazy. I get a bad haircut when I go to Dubai, man, you know. This guy ruined my hair in Sarasota, man. I've been trying to, like, I might get a haircut here, honestly, in the next couple days. Maybe tomorrow if I can. I'm sick of the haircut. Look, it gets dry, and when it gets dry, just like, I'm at Crypto. I was in a spa doing my thing. It was a blast, man. I've been having an absolute blast. Meeting famous people that run the YouTube section, meeting people that run crypto. And people that have made some serious money in their life, man. Like, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars, like some big-time ballers, man. My network is getting bigger. The people I'm meeting is getting more intense. It's getting crazy. Yeah. Thank you. So, and guys, send in your super chats. Send in your ideas. Let me know. Put a star behind a coin or, you know, extend it. Let me see what's happening. Keep me intact with what's going on. I scan the market, you scan the market. You guys help me, I help you. Together we make this happen. This is a team effort here. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder for White Rock. I like this coin. It's got a unique idea to it. Starting to consolidate here after that pumpage. I could see it getting tight. That might be your last chance for a bottom buy, too. Go to 001536 there for White Rock. I like this coin. I would write it down, put it on your radar. You learned about a lot of coins today. You learned about different ideas, tips, tricks, and flips, man. Right? Send super chat. Sammy needs a haircut. You're funny. Sam, what do you think of Algo? I think Algo's okay, but it's just a huge coin. Doesn't have as many people sweating it. You know, it can't move as fast. It's got a very large market cap. I think it's good for like a 5, maybe a 10x, but I don't know. Maybe a nice 5x. You know, it was at, what, $3, and it's somewhere at 30 cents, so it should do a 10x to get back to its all-time high, but it didn't do that in the last big rally. I thought it would. It really didn't, so. POPCAT formed a bit of a flag. Never got the love, though. Last time we did get into POPCAT was this cup and handle right there. I gave the entry, and it just continued to rip. Now, when you look at POPCAT, you can see it's clearly inside of a flag here. I'm not a fan of the bearish div and what it's doing, though. It kind of head and shouldery. I almost feel like it has to, like, show me that it's going to bounce and consolidate. If it can bounce, see, that's why I like my projection theories, because I can see things that make the most sense to me. And then if that happens, I'll only take the thing that makes the most sense. I don't have to push the trade if it's not there. You see what I'm saying? Resistance for POPCAT at about 43.39. A bounce off of 35.89 too. And if we can get that bounce for POPCAT, we're looking for that area at 62 cents. This is nice to me. See, I don't have to get into anything immediately. I set up trades that are supposed to happen the way I want them to happen. If they don't play that way, I leave them alone. I could do this at 30 trades. If 5 do the right thing, I only trade the 5 that makes sense. It's a beautiful way to use quantum theory and projection theory and to figure out where price is going. Once you understand your parameters and your moving averages and your stochastics RSI too, and you got a good handle of what's happening, it's a pretty sweet ride. And you can almost be, when you lose, you're not going to lose a lot. When you win more. And I can teach you all these tips, tricks, and strategies by being in my trading group and hanging out with me every single day. You know, you in Florida, go get you a nice fade from a Dominican. I did. I went to a Puerto Rican guy, and you know what I told him? I said, I want to keep my hair with this part. So what he did is he like cut my hair and then parted it as he cut it. It was really, it looked great when I left the place. But once my hair dried, my hair was, it was the strangest haircut I ever got in my life. So as long as my hair is wet and I comb it, it all hides right and it looks good. But the second it doesn't get wet and it starts to get, you know, it's out the window, man. I want a haircut that looks good no matter what, man. I'll hook you up with a fresh cut. Fly to Dubai just to cut my hair, please. Uni on the SWE network could explode. That's interesting. That's interesting. I would watch White Rock. They're going to put that to the trading group. Take a look at that, everybody. White Rock is something you want to pay attention to here. White. And that's going to be on Sol, right? On Uniswap. Oh, wow. And let me see. I actually haven't checked. There's a chance that, like, Mexi picked this up. It's been along around enough. Mexi probably did. Yeah, there it is. White Rock on Mexi, man. They don't miss a beat. I've never seen an exchange that gets every single coin. Let me take it Weeks. Weeks has it too. So be a good test to just take a check on that. Oh wow, I gotta go back. I just saw my model. Oh my gosh. We're getting the model, everybody. We're getting the model. We might get a nice big pump here in the next few seconds. Make a live trade. Stay tuned for more. We're not done yet. That's why I don't understand. Where does the 800 people that are here every day? Where did they go? Where did 800 people go? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm so grateful for the 1,700 beautiful souls here. But like I went to Dubai and I lost 800 people in the stream. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's your location, like YouTube geolocation. I don't know what it is, man. But God bless you all. Shout out to the 700 people that abandoned me and felt like it wasn't worth watching these live trades. But it is what it is, man. Bitcoin holding up pretty well. Bitcoin above the 1 minute SMA barely. Yeah, just barely. But this is the beginning stages of what could possibly be a pump with the 21 moving average getting into price action here. And the key is to have these parameters set and ready to go when you need them. Want to jump into spot. I really want to see if there's White Rock there. It's a very obscure coin, but they have been listing a lot of pairs in the last month. 200, 180 this month and continuously. So here I'm in spot, and what I'll do is I'll just type in the coin's name here if I want to buy it. And so we type in white. And there it is. They got White Rock ready to rock for you, too, there on Weeks. So they're doing their part. You know what I mean? That was a good test to see if they had the hot coin, and they did. I like to see that. What I see for white is what I just showed you there, too. On the same idea here, nothing has changed. I see it at least headed to the top of the range, even if it just ends up, but at least bouncing back up there to 00762. Sammy, when I come to see my mother in Sarasota, I'll hook you up with a fresh cut. Thank you for doing that, man. I really need it. I appreciate that, man. Come right to the house. We'll chill, man. We can chill in the pool. I'll cook you up. You come to the house. I'll cook you a $50 top-notch prime ribeye, man. Prime cut ribeye, and we'll break bread together. I'm smart for looking real. You're funny. Might want to look at Mr. Soon since you like meme utility coins. Looking like it's about to moon. You know, I heard about it just the other day. It was on my radar, Mr. Soon, and I was wondering what was going on with that coin. I said, what is up with that puppy? And you called it MR Smoon? What did you call it? MR Soon. Didn't come up there. Oh, no, I did. Yeah. Look at MR Soon. Ed, I don't know. I'm not getting that. Trump speaking at the moment. That's probably why Bitcoin is not pumping. Oh, yeah. Funny. Hey, we're getting tight, though. And I still see this as a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Anything could happen. But the 21's about to cross that 200 and get the move. Like, this is like, it's almost worth taking a shot here because I'm so close to my model, but not just yet, but it's right there. We're going to 95,334. Stop's got to be below 93,670. Those wicks, preferably even that wick there, would be 604. But if it's coming that far to the wick, then it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? If it comes that far to the downside, then it is what it is. So, hold on one second. I want to check. I know. Wow, that I like that. See that? I like that. That looks like it's going to do business. And we still... Yeah, I like it a lot. Let's go. Let's go. I got to trade on... I haven't traded ETH in a long time. I have actually got to trade on ETH right now. I know, it's crazy, right? It sounds weird. So strange. But look, I got... You know, that fractal looks interesting to me. You basically saw my whole idea there, right? In a nutshell. But let's rebuild this idea. Let's talk about what I'm seeing. It's been a while since I showed the chart, so let's kind of refocus here. But same thing Bitcoin's doing. You know, it's running in this broadening falling wedge, and now it's playing games. Where did Bitcoin... Is Bitcoin dumping now, right? No, Bitcoin's holding 94,000. So now you're seeing slight dips in Ethereum. Bitcoin holding 94K. I got liquidations up to 96,000, saying we're going up. Man, we could be at 97K by tomorrow morning, man, or higher. So... a lot of people aren't easy right now. They have the whole market kind of, like a lot of people are going to short, shoulder, head, short. They're going to short this. They're going to be like, well, it doesn't look good. It can't be riding the channel. They're going to short it. And I just feel like more people will short this than long it because most people don't have guts. It takes a lot of guts to long this. You know what I mean? Like most people aren't going to, you know, be the first guy to run onto the war. You're not going to be the first person to swim across or, you know, risk it for the biscuit. I see this thing going further. I just put a stop loss, you know, lower than these two areas down here, below the 200 MA. I just use the 200 MA in the 4-hour time frame. As long as they don't get the 4-hour there, I'm good to go. I'm going to be able to pump further to the upside. So, no stress. Everything kind of going our way. I like what I'm seeing. So, and I haven't been in an ETH trade in a long, long time, you know? So when I'm in an ETH trade, it might make you think something's going on there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Anyway, all right. Man, DIONE, remember DIONE? DIONE protocol? This thing went on a massive run. Almost everything can come back, at least for their little moves. They may not go back to all-time highs, but at least for their little moves. We gave you SEI. I see SEI continuing. It could consolidate now and make its new flag, but I mean, it hit the target. We gave you 22.5. SEI hit it. We talked about hitting it, and it hit it like about, last night, almost yesterday. So, bang, we nailed it. I gave you the trade right there. Pulled the stop loss to break even. When we got here, we made the flag. This thing continued to go up for 31% gains. Absolutely beautiful for SEI. So, it's another awesome hit in the trading group that I gave out. Perfectly done. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. Again, 21 coming into price action, tight moving averages, high volume node inside the flag with low stochastics. RSI looking good, and the MACD about to turn. Looking absolutely beautiful, baby. Looking absolutely beautiful. So that's exciting. That's interesting. All right. Now, what else? Aergo. Aergo had that huge pump, but just seeing if there's something on my radar. Another thing I want to talk about is BNB. Hasn't been discussed enough lately, and I will get to tone. Someone, can you do ton? I will talk about ton in a split second here. So, BNB has been doing new things. It's implemented a DeFi chain like on its own exchange. It's starting to really change the way the game is running, but you can see like Bitcoin's slopping around the whole market. This is a weird vibe. There's a weird vibe right now. It's weird. Token 2049. You always want the coins to pump and everything to go well. The markets never really coincide with the energy of crypto. You know what I mean? Everyone will be excited. Big moves happening. The markets will be messing around. It's interesting. You always thought that the energy would be high and people would doing damage, right? I don't know. I think there's some type of... I'm a pretty smart guy, and our group's been top-notch for a long time. We give a lot of the hottest calls in the game. We go over more coins than anyone else in the market. Uplifting ideas, thoughts, processes, how to get your mindset going. But whatever, man. I just got to be thankful for God for what I do have, and I'll just rebuild it back up to where I got it at. But it's depressing for me as someone who's worked every single day of my life to push myself up to 2,200 concurrents, and I don't know where they went, but God bless myself. Maybe I'm a little tired, and I got to focus on the greatness and not on what I don't have. I got to focus on what I do have. That's what I always did to get more. So, dear Lord, help me rest right now and be so happy with what I do have and all the people in my life that are helping me get where I'm at. But I knew, man, I took one day off that stream, one day, and things started to get funky, man. I knew it. I had this horrible feeling that if I miss my stream not one time, I fight so hard for everything I got. I don't have reoccurring videos that I put out. I don't do a lot of recorded videos. Like maybe I got to start doing it more. So I'm live, baby. My whole life is I got to be ready to go. I got to have the energy. I got to push it. I need as many people in the world to kind of get onto that energy and vibe with me. And that's the key, right? It makes it very difficult to replicate what I do because you'd have to have that energy every single day for years on end. And that's almost impossible for a lot of people. I thought that was impossible to me years ago. There's no way I could have been this type of person, this type of consistent producing person. And again, I just want to teach you, it's not about me. Look at my ego. Who cares? I'll die in 80 years and no one will remember me, but they'll remember my story. I won't be able to dance for them. You know what I mean? I won't be begging for compliments, but you can read about my life. So get away from the fact of my suits, my life, my voice, all that. Take a deep breath and say, that's a human being. I could learn from that human being. Maybe, and instead of getting jealous, I'm not saying anyone is, but sometimes people do the wrong thing. We do get jealous. We do get upset. But instead of doing those things, ask yourself, that person wasn't always in that spot. What did that person do to get to the spot? And then replicate. Success leaves clues. People that are successful are pretty obvious what they're doing. You can watch it. They do the same thing over and over again to become successful. It's repetitive. So once you kind of figure that out, you take that with you and you move on to the next level. Success leaves clues. That's why it's good to hang out with successful people. That's why it's good to become more successful. They let you in when you're more successful. When you don't have a lot to give, even a nice guy that wants to help you, like, let's say there's a multimillionaire who does like business, he does business mentoring, and he helps people with businesses upwards of like $1 million in revenue. But you're working at Jollibee, you know what I mean? He might not have time to really, and his expertise may not help you and vice versa. But if you started a business, got yourself grinding, then you'd be a client of his, and now he's someone that, he could really help you. But you'd have to get to a certain level for that guy to be able to help you. And that's the world. Like, you're just getting to a higher level, another mentor, another level, and another mentor, another level, and another mentor. And you just keep mentoring yourself into these higher levels. That's life. That's the goal. That's the strategy. That's what we're looking for. And that's the key. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's all about pushing yourself every single day, and nobody's going to give you a dime. No one's going to give you a thing. No one's going to give you a free ride. Nobody cares. The second we realize nobody cares and we become our own person, where we can start to move mountains. You see what I'm saying? When we think that everyone else has to be there for us, we can't do anything, the world's against us, then we don't have the ability to think that we can move mountains. But once we realize it's on us, everything I do today is on me, everything I do tomorrow, if I make it today, if I don't make it, whatever happens is on me. That's the best way to look at it. There's no better way, you know what I mean? So 93,922 for Bitcoin. And again, non-farm or not, this thing could pump tomorrow, and if you don't trade non-farm, you could miss out on one of the biggest pumps of your entire life because you decided to trade non-farm. You do whatever makes you happy. I've never been that guy that excludes an entire time frame because of price action. But again, I'm just a guy that made a few mil with Bitcoin. What do I know? I'm probably an idiot, right? I don't know a damn thing, so it doesn't really matter to me, right? Anyway, this thing could boom all the way up to $95,334. It's getting very close. The tighter this gets, the more likely it's going to break further to the upside. This is only a matter of time. So that thing looks bodacious to me, like it could start getting a move here. We've got that other trade open, but man, that looks good to me. 95,334. Stop loss is going to be below that wick. 93,685, 93,6, I guess even 595. And then I'm going to take this one because now that's above the 200 MA and it's starting to flash. And maybe it joshes me around here, but I'm going to take it. And so I just made a live trade, waited this whole time, $2,500 in at 11x leverage. I mean, it ain't that light, $24,000 trade. We'll see where this goes. All right. I could easily lose the trade too. You never know. And I'm not risking too much because the price action has been a little weird. So and then I remember the last trade I opened on weeks. It was like this. And it ended up taking a week and a half till I eventually got paid. Can you believe that? It took a week. It took 8 or 9 days straight. I never expected that. I just stayed in the trade until I got paid. And I almost got stopped out twice on some crazy wicks. It was nuts. But I made it through. And you can too if you believe in yourself and push yourself every single day. It's only a matter of time, my friends. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, so that's it. I don't know. When do the Celtics play again? I'm so off on timing. It's funny, to watch the Celtics game, I'd have to be up at 4 in the morning. Isn't that crazy? If they play at 8 at night, it's like, you ain't watching no Celtics games out here, man. No 8 o'clock games. That's almost impossible. Can this break on out to the upside is the question. 95,334 is the target. The tighter it gets, the bigger the move is happening. I mean, this is getting it's got a dump or pump in the next 2 minutes. Like, how much tighter can you get? This price action is absurd. Like, this is weird. I feel like they're watching me. I really feel like they're watching my channel. I don't know why. It's got this, like, strange feeling. Someone's staring at me while I'm talking about the price. Yo, just pump it, you whales. I got the whale pass, man. Pump the whale. Look, it says whale, man. I'm a whale, baby. Pump it. They're starting to drop it down now. Now it looks like it's going to dump. I've seen this. See, I can tell. Look at this. Is crazy what they're doing, man. This is insane. Is there an options expiry on Friday or something? I feel like there has to be. This is just getting weird. I haven't seen a Wednesday do this in months. Like, it's insane to me. Non-farm is so insane. It makes me sick. I will win this trade. I will win this trade. I will will it. You will give me my payday. I've been setting trades, going out all day, right? Doing my thing, coming back, checking in, flat. Coming back home, flat. Going to bed, 4 hours, no sleep, flat. Price action's just been tough, man. And it's like you want to just to do something while you're in Dubai, but you're like, dang, man. And now it looks like it's going to drop. That thing may drop further down, somewhere to 93,670. See the way it's, yeah, see that? Had to get a, in fact, it faked it. That's so rare. And then it got the 21 to cross the 200 and faked it again. It took my model and faked my model. Like, it's so weird. Is there millions of people trading my model today? That's so strange. And that, to me, that lost the pattern. Like, you can't, I'm not trying to fake that. That lost the pattern, lost the 200 May. Now I'm out. Like, I don't want, to me, that's it. The trade didn't, that's it. That wasn't supposed to happen. We were start pumping. I'm done. I'm out. My model didn't play out. I'm done. I'm out. Yeah, I move my stop loss to lose very little and I move on. I'm not having this. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. Maybe it can bounce off the wick. That'd be great. Bounce, baby, bounce. What if it bounces right off this idea here? But man, look, it's shoulder head. That's crazy 1 minute price action, especially at like 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. So I'm going to get stopped out of this, lose 50 bucks. I'll keep the other trade open. We'll go from there. But man, this is tough. Yeah, when you go against friend, no emotions. You are a robot following a probability system that works more than it loses. Emotions reduce stress rate. Only follow the system. Crypto Plumber, I was trading before I met Master Friend. I had a high win rate. You know what I mean? Nothing has changed with me. I didn't take any of Master Friend's information and change the way I traded. I thought other people could use it for information and help. He helped me look at London and Asia and liquidity on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, but I was winning trades on Monday and Tuesday nights for a long time. I found out just on my own, I guess, if you trade as much as me, you'll trade every single day. And eventually you'll find what days are better without knowing anything. You get it? You know what I'm saying? I'm someone that instead of being as selective as most people, like Master Friend's probably smarter and more selective than me. I'm not that smart. I'm just a consistent guy that covers everything and I learn more. But the thing about me is I almost learn more than the people that pick things apart because I cover everything. Like I get my hands real dirty on the farm. Like some guy would look at a farm and just pick the pieces that he wants. I'd fall over the farm for days and do all the wrong things. But at 5 years, I'd know even more about the farm than the guy that picked apart each session. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I have a little bit of an ego. I'm a leader of a trading group. Like, I've been a boss for a long time. So, like, when someone tells me I need to listen to someone else, like, that's always going to throw me off. I've always been in a, my dad didn't listen to nobody. I don't listen to anyone. I'm my own boss, you know. I have this gift where I could turbocharge what you're already doing. He really does. See, I noticed, what everyone doesn't realize, too, there's this weird thing, like the lifer and friend, we are not at all. It's like he's my best friend. I saw he had a skill and gave it to you guys. None of you would know him if I didn't let him out. He wouldn't matter doing his own thing, but I was far more famous than him, and I got him out there. So, like, without me, he might be helping a few people, but he wouldn't helping the people that he's helping. I saw that he was amazing and let him grow with me. I took him under my wing. Like, I didn't have to do that for anybody. You know what I mean? I had my own thing running. I was going every single day. But I saw something in him. I saw that he could help others. I saw that he could expand my university and help people. You see what I mean? And that was the key. Honest, that's the point. And I just want people to understand that. Like, I gave you him. You know what I mean? I mean, he is his own person. I don't own the guy. But I am a gifted individual, and I can see people that are gifted. That has always been my gift. I know when someone's got something I don't have. I know when someone can see something I can't see. You see what I mean? And a lot of people wouldn't have done what I did. They would have been in fear that something could have happened to the business. They'd have been in fear. Look, he's getting all this ego. People, Master Friend. A lot of people say, thank you, Sam, and Master Friend now. They used to just say, thank you, Sam. At first, used to hurt my ego a little bit. Sam and Master Friend. I was like, what about me, though? It's me. I ran this group. It's my group. You know what I mean? But I learned to, he taught me to let go of my ego. He taught me to expand myself. This was a very hard part of my life. Understand? You know what I mean? And look at this person. They wrote disgusting. Are they talking about price action or are you talking about me? See, I never know. I never know if someone's taking a shot at me, doing something mean to me, taking what I said differently and throwing it in my face. I go through a lot, everybody being out here every single day. It is not easy, you know. And I have people take shots at me, say rude things to me, talk about someone have mentioned my dead mom and said I lied about the day she died. Like, people have said horrible things to me that you would not believe, man. You know. Thank you. Exclusive only at CryptoLifer.com. Amen, man. I love you, man. I brought you in, man, and still not stopped though. You're never disgusting. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the guy was talking about price action and not me. I hope that was the case. I really do. I'm gonna just believe that and move on. You know. Very juicy. Yeah, no, it was haters hate. They'll never vanish. They're kind of people that will betray their friends at difficult times. Amen. Price action is so to say. Yeah, life are never easy, but you are the man. And I always say, people, life's gonna be easy being poor. Life's gonna be hard being poor. Life's gonna be hard being rich. Life ain't easy, man. I don't care what you're doing. So you might as well go after the big money. You might as well after some big dreams. You might as well find out how high you can take this world. Why not? Why not? You'd be surprised at how far you'll go. You think I thought I was gonna be here in Dubai like this? Come on, man. Like, I'm in one of the biggest, richest cities in the world now with the big wigs hanging out, right? 3-piece suit banging on them. Like, I dreamed of doing all this, but like now it's real. Like, and it starts every single day, one step at a time. No one talks about it for real, so they don't exist to me, which I am such a loner, unfortunately. Hey, I'd rather be alone than have anyone talk ish on me, brother. So shout out to you, William. And you're not alone. I got you. You're my buddy. We would hang, and you know that. So, greetings, boss, at L. Greetings, all in the holy name of God, Most High, Yeshua. God bless you, Jack. Thank you. Focus on the positive. I've sent plenty of positive messages, but you're focused on the haters. No, I'm not focused on any hater. No. I asked him what he said. I didn't know what he said. Yeah. And I'm a human being. Yeah, sometimes I do focus on the haters. I am a human. Sometimes I make mistakes. But I felt like today all we did was focus on the love. I focused on the teaching and talking. I'm just talking. I'm being candid right now. I guess I'm not allowed to be candid either. God forbid I speak any type of my mind instead of just giving you guys bot TA every day, you know, because those people are miserable with their lives, so they're gonna hate on someone that looks like they're happy. Amen. Bro, I'm telling you, you're the man, the alpha over here. Yes, I followed all the gurus, but brother, there isn't anyone like the lifer. Don't let anyone tell you different. Shout out to Matrix Mike. I love you, man. Love the show. Appreciate you, buddy. Bill Brown, Master Friend, and Sammy have taken me to the highest level. Look at that. You know, to God be the glory. Thank you for sharing your gift, inspiring. Stay in the love vibration. No one can follow the rules like I can. Hey, that sounds cool. I like you saying that. You do you, Sammy. God bless. God bless you, Danger 4. And shout out to all the beautiful people here that are awesome, man. I love you all. You all are rocking it out, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't do these streams without you guys. I couldn't live the life I live without each and every one of you. So, yeah, people think I'm not human. They force me to be exact every day. The second I tweak, they get nasty, you know. Everything starts as a dream or a thought. Then you take action, and you have, so it's all coming into fruition. Shout out to Justin, man. I miss you. I love you, brother. I hope you're doing well, man. I want to make sure you're living your best life, man. I don't want to, you know, your kids, your wife. The whole thing's got me real distraught, man. I love you, brother. Shout out to Boss Crouton. Master Friend is really that dude. That's my uncle. Amen. Much love, Sam, and all the lifers. Shout out to David Kendall in the house, one of the OG elite traders. David, thank you. Flash Gordon pumping Bitcoin. Hey. Wow, 93,765 now. Just no love for Bitcoin. We're getting nothing. Sideways price action, flat price action, and just nothing keeps moving, man. Shout out to anyone that's benefited from the trading group, from me or Master Friend. Shout out to anyone that's gotten the love, the extra attention that they didn't get in another group. I hope we continue to do that for you guys. I hope we continue to push you and help you guys. The only thing that lives rent-free in my house, in my mind, are Bitcoin setups, rave song records. I don't even think about it. When this stream ends, I take a shower, and I'm going to go to a rooftop bar and meet people from around the world. I don't even think about, you know. But I do react sometimes. I still want to know why he said the word disgusting. I don't know. I'm curious, you know. Sammy, I'm in Dubai, bro. Where can I say hello to you? Would love to meet you in person. At Token 2049, it's kind of tough. I'm moving around. I don't know where I'm going to be a lot. You could send a message to my wife at CryptoLifers@gmail.com. she'll reach out to Jamie, and if it works out, he'll figure it out. But like, they manage where I go and what I do. It's easier for me to do that. Yeah. Oh, he said see, he was talking about the chart. See, I knew he was. You obviously go on by your own standards. Just ignore and block them from the streams. I love you. The group's way better than any group in the game. I'm meeting a lot of people too that tell me they love the group. People went up to me today in Dubai and they knew who I was, man. They were like, "Oh, I watched your show." People from Germany, people from all around the world, man, came out to me. Because of BitBoy, I met Sam. Because of Sam, I met Master Friend. Isn't that crazy? BitBoy helped people find Master Friend. Isn't this weird how it all works out in the long run? It's really strange how God uses different people, man, for different results. I find that the most fascinating thing about the world and about people. Anyway, I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Live in love, light, and happiness. I will focus on the love. Maybe for a second I might have slipped up, but I keep it moving for the rest of the day. The love is the answer. I love each and every one of you. I won't worry about the views. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and they'll come back the way they are, the way I built my channel, the way I kept it moving, and everything will keep ripping. I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I can't wait to see you all back tomorrow at the next live stream. Yeah. Shout out to Master Friend. I love you. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Trust me, this journey is just beginning for the Price family. Just enjoy the ride. It's an epic story. Shout out to Crypto Billy. I love you, man, with all my heart. Shout out to everybody out here that supported me and has been there from the beginning. You know who you are, and I appreciate it. Shout out to anyone that messages me, anyone that's there for me, anyone that always says, "Hey, Sam, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day." God bless everybody here on the stream. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I'll be putting out charts, helping you guys out throughout the night here in Dubai and into the morning. So I love you. I appreciate you, and I won't stop until every one of us is on that island, baby. Life for Island. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. Actually, let me take a look. There might have been a super chat I missed here. I'm so sorry. I skipped the super chats. I don't want to do that today. Let me get back to brass tacks here. Can you check T-Mine? Yeah, we didn't see. Glad your daughter's okay. We looked at Akash. We looked at Tesla. NFP Week, bro. Thank you, Master Friend. Good morning, Sam. Have a great day, brother. Hope you have a great trip. Much love. How do you feel about ABT Arc Block? God bless. TA on MORPHO. We did look at that. ONDO, we looked at that. MLC, we looked at that. How do you report your data a week? Do you manually import your... Yeah, that's simple. You just do that. Yeah, you just connect it to an API. It's very simple. And gosh, I love you, Sammy. Thank you. Exclusive only at CryptoLifer.com, man. I love you, brother, too. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for kicking it with me. And I want to make sure I got all the super chats. Shout out to anyone that gave today. If you gave, it's going to come back to you tenfold. You didn't have to give, but you did. Guys, guess how much you gave? You know how much. Guess how much? Guess how much you guys gave? Master Friend, you threw that 27 at the end. Look, you made it 77.88. I think that's pretty far out. 77, baby, every time. I love y'all. God bless you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. That's it.